It's humbling and it's exciting. And I think any time that you get notified that you are receiving an award, one of the first things that runs through my mind after the excitement is, but am I deserving? You know, it means that hopefully I've been effective in doing the job, not necessarily as a politician, but as a social worker in advocating and protecting those groups that initially led me to the legislature. I'm there not to do for myself, but because I'm representing not only the 200,000 people in my district, but the state as a whole, and more importantly, those populations that I think as social workers we all identify as needing advocacy at certain points: children, elderly, minority groups, women. And so for me, even though it is very trying and very difficult, the reality is that if I and others like myself are not there making the arguments, leading the fight, then no one is. And so it becomes this very strong sense of responsibility that, it's incumbent upon, the handful of us that are willing to take up these issues that may not always be popular. But again, if we're not there, then who? But the victories are, for instance, the last budget cycle, being able to argue against and hold firm cuts that the majority that the Republicans wanted to make in things like Meals on Wheels for senior citizens. And again, it was a minuscule amount of money. It was, in my estimation, a rounding error in a $10 billion budget. But being able to know as a social worker, these are people. These are elderly that may go without food. I mean, this is real stuff, guys. And so being able to hold firm and refusing to agree on a budget that had, that cut to senior care, or cuts for vaccines for poor children, or, health care coverage for certain populations. Those are the small victories that go unnoticed behind the scenes, but at the end of the day, when you go home that you've hopefully made an impact in someone's life that you'll never know. But if it puts food on the table, if it gets one more child, the preventive, care that they need, then that to me is a tremendous victory.